All right, hello there. It's been a minute, but it's been a crazy week. So I'm gonna catch you all up on what I've been up to while I show you how I do laundry in my, and I calculated it finally, 220 square foot New York apartment. So let's go. So first you might be thinking, oh, she must have like laundry in her building. No, I have laundry in my apartment. It's in here. This is my tiny apartment washing machine where I do pretty much all of my laundry. And she just rolls on wheels like that. And we drag her out of the abyss of the closet. And then basically we just slide her in right up to the edge of the bathroom. And this is where we get her all hooked up. So I have this hookup on my sink that I pretty much leave here all of the time. And then this tube attaches between the sink over here and this little port here on the washer. Only a quick release option to like connect to the sink. I gave up on that a while ago and now I don't even know where it is. So this is the system we're now using. It is imperfect. Okay, and then we go around to the back of this and this is where we have our drain pipe and we just put this little hose into the sink. Okay, and then the last thing we have to do is just plug this plug into the outlet here on the wall and she's good to go. So this is my high-tech laundry setup. Now this is a washer and it does a spin dry, so obviously it doesn't have like a heat dryer, but it does do a pretty good job of spin drying the clothes. But it has a small, I don't know what the volume is, it has a small drum, so I can only fit like small loads of clothes in here at once. As someone obsessed with filmmaking, goofy shots like this make me so happy. Then I just gotta make sure I turn on the water and hope that doesn't leak, which it's not, which I'm very proud of it. I take it back, it's leaking here. But not too bad. I think we'll be okay once this thing turns on. But yeah, sometimes I get a little leak right there. But that's usually because I didn't screw it on properly. Now just our settings, that's right. Then on a large load, and start. Okay, now that she's full of water, I've just hit the little pause button so I can open it up without it screaming at me and I can add my detergent. I poured too much detergent, I don't care. We'll be very clean. And now she closes, we start it up again, and this'll just do its thing for an hour. Okay, so this week has very much been, it feels like a study in contrast. I started this week genuinely Monday morning being like, it's just gonna be a week to shoot cute little vlogs. And by the end of Monday, my entire week was booked, which is not a bad thing, but the whiplash that can induce when you have one plan and then you are suddenly just like kind of thrust into a bunch of other things. It's a lot. Not to mention everything that I was getting involved with just felt like me being pulled in all these different directions all at once. And so I feel like I'm still kind of like reeling from everything that's happened. And now I'm in a space of having to really think through what's next. To make a long story really short, I ended up getting called in to help some students on a student film for several days this week, which was honestly a lot of work, but it's always an interesting thing to be in this space of supporting young filmmakers at the like very beginning of their journeys. And then in the same breath, I got approached to potentially join a much larger project. But instead of doing intimacy work, potentially going back and doing work with a different department that I used to work for. And I truly don't know if that's going to end up working out. I've been doing a lot of soul searching on this. It's brought up a lot of feelings because it would kind of put me back in a place in the industry that I thought I had stepped away from. And yet it could be a nice opportunity to kind of go back into what feels like very familiar ground for a while after a year of working really hard and really fording new paths for a long time. And so I'm very torn. It brings up a lot of questions of like, is there benefit to some level of security, some level of stability in a way that feels like maybe half a step back versus continuing to make the choice of like, I am only moving forward and I'm only moving forward in this way. I don't know, it's a lot to think about. And we'll see if it even comes to fruition. And then on top of that this week, I put together a proposal to potentially speak at a conference coming up. This would be my first time doing it, and I don't know if it's gonna work out. I'm excited and terrified and curious and just a lot of mixed emotions. It's genuinely felt like a week that has encapsulated like my past, my present, and my future all in the span of like 5 days. And I don't quite know what to do with that emotionally, and I feel like I've been processing a lot of that. Now we're gonna use movie magic to speed up me doing my laundry. So this is getting to the end, and you can see this thing whips this around pretty good. It is impressive how dry this gets things, so it really just needs to get dry that last 30% of the way. And now it's ready as it's beeping at me. And now the way I do get it dry will just harken back to the history of this 100-year-old apartment. Let me show you. Up here, hidden right by the door, is our trusty little clothesline that I literally stretched the width of the apartment so that I can dry my clothes. And now she's locked and ready to go. So you can see this is still pretty damp, but it's not soaking wet. This gets it right to a level where I can hang dry it and it'll be dry in a few hours. I'll often leave it up overnight, but usually this dries in anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. And then I'll basically just repeat this over and over throughout the day, though today I'm just doing sheets. I'm gonna put a fresh pair of sheets that I already have washed on the bed and let these dry overnight, and then we'll be good to go for the week. Typically on a laundry day I do multiple loads because, as you can see, the limit to how much I can put in that washer, but I already did all of my clothes and I'm just at my sheets for today. I'm gonna put a fresh pair of sheets that I already have washed on the bed and then let these dry overnight, and then we'll be good to go. All right, now that that's done, I have to get ready for a holiday party tonight with my friends where we're gonna do some cute little holiday snacks, do some cute little holiday drinks, and then we're gonna go see all of the holiday lights on Fifth Avenue, which is my favorite tradition in New York. I do it every year. I mean, honestly, December is the most magical time to live in New York, so I try to take advantage of seeing as much cute holiday stuff as possible, so let's go do that. The vibe for tonight's activities are comfy cozy, so we are very much going with Dino Santa sweater. So we cut the lights short because it's raining outside, but the ones we did see were fantastic, so I'm probably gonna do another trip to go see the rest of the lights on Fifth Avenue. It's not quite so wet, but we had a great time. It was a lovely evening with friends, and just really a lovely way to recharge for the week ahead. So I'm gonna sleep with my lovely background of drying sheets, and I will see you all on the next one. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bye!